Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Mike, one of the senior developers at 11th Hour Games, held his normal Friday Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 139. As always, Mike answered lots of great questions from the community and gave us one major teaser. Something that's going to be changing Last Epoch for a very long time, and I'm going to allow him to break it down. Now, if you follow Last Epoch, my dev chat bingos that we play on Friday, I am happy to report that we do have a bingo. All we needed was Mike to die, and he came through for us. Thank you so much, sir. All right, let's jump into our first question around Shaman changes. A lot of people like the Shaman.
Do you have any plans for Shaman, new ability, or work on tree? Yeah, like there's nodes coming in for passives. There are no completely new abilities being introduced in 1.1. So like some abilities got like some pretty significant changes on various classes, but there's no like, hey, here's a new skill. But yeah, like there's more connections we're making between some of the active abilities. You know, some bug fixes here and there on some of the totems. Some passives got updates. So there's stuff that's gonna be fun.
Shaman is getting some love. Now let's talk the new Pinnacle boss.
Yeah. Oh, can you describe the process of actually fighting the Pinnacle boss? Not so much, probably not. Like, where is it? Do you need mats for it? Are there different corruption levels for it, etc.? Okay, so I can answer like one and a bit of those questions.
I'll take it.
So where is it? I can't really tell you right now, because it kind of, well, you'll have like. You'll once it's unlocked, you'll have easy access to it. Like it's not, there's no like
unlocking a dungeon location.
Like trek to get there from a waypoint or something. Like there's a waypoint like right outside the door, and it's like there's the door is like right outside another waypoint that you probably already have unlocked type thing. Like so it's not it's not out of the way. So yeah, physical access is easy. You do have to unlock it via a process of some other things that lead up to it. So you have to unlock it. Once it's unlocked, very easy to do. And the way you unlock it is right on the normal path. So like you're not going super far out of the way to find it. It's like it's smooth. I don't know how to. There's probably a term for this. It flows nicely.
We have talked about it in the past, and it is a logical progression.
It's natural. What else is in here? You need mats? Yeah, you need things that you get in the process of unlocking it. But yes, like there's a key. You can't just like, if you physically can run up to it, open the door, no, you need a key. And are there different corruption levels for it? No. So this is a static difficulty content. So what this means is no matter what level you are, no matter what your corruption is, no matter where you are in the game, no matter what you do, the boss fight's the same for everyone. It's the same difficulty. It's the same move set. It is static difficulty content.
Like T4 Julra. Sorry, fans of Shadow Daggers.
Shadow Daggers get nerfed to 1.1. Shadow Daggers Rogue might be my favorite way to play a rogue character in any video game, but it's really, really strong. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're seeing, I think there's a lot of builds that are getting nerfed. There's a lot of builds that are getting buffed, and even builds that get nerfed will get buffed in other ways too. So like, it's not always just about straight buffs, and it's not always just about straight nerfs. So we're doing buffs and nerfs on basically everything. And the things you see really standing out super strong that are hitting these kind of insane corruption numbers are going to be brought back to reality a bit.
Like Shadow Daggers. Uber bosses.
So we already do kind of do the like like boss progression with empowered versions of bosses in the Monolith. This one, the version that's launching on 1.1, the pinnacle boss that's coming in 1.1 will have one difficulty setting. I think having uber bosses in the future and like combo bosses and all these sorts of intense like hyper challenges are like on the table for future content. 1.1 will have, we're coming up with this pinnacle boss, and the pinnacle boss will be that one difficulty for that one pinnacle boss for 1.1.
You can see that D4 is starting to get more and more popular as the game gets better with each season. And I say that because Mike got asked about Uber uniques. He got asked about Uber bosses. He gets asked about auto pickup. He gets asked about lots of things that are in Diablo 4 that are currently not in LE. Now, in that same vein, listen to this question.
When will the game be available? Oh, it's hi, Mike. Will there be a passive leveling system after reaching level 100 in the future? For example, the Paragon system D3, since they dedicated much time and effort for the safety of Atera and leveled up 13 masteries to level 100 plus, one level 91, one level 83 in this cycle. When can I expect my unique ring? Ring of real learning. With the 10 to 25% increased XP mod. Thanks in advance. That is quite the achievement. That is a lot of extremely high level characters. So wow. We don't really have any plans for leveling up like a D3 Paragon style system. Characters hitting max level is, we really view that as an achievement unto itself, just one character hitting max level. So it's not something that we're really expecting most players to do. And because of that, locking a system behind it doesn't really make a lot of sense. We do want there to be like end-game farming systems, like end-game, I don't remember the wrong word, but like a system where you can progress, keep progressing behind the scenes, like through endgame, and have it be exciting and interesting. The way the passive system works inherently, it becomes less and less exciting to get passive points as you put points in once you get past around level 75, 80-ish. And we're really happy with how the passive system is working and what it's bringing to the table. But because of how it's linked to level and all that, having a system that gets tied, a passive progression system, and oh my goodness, stumbling so much on this. I'm trying to say is factions. That's where I'm going with all this. I'm trying to say factions in a really long-winded way. We feel factions more fit that role, and as we get more factions into the game, and as the faction systems get fleshed out more, and you know, fix the issues that we have with them, first passive, which is happening in 1.1, and we're going to keep updating 1.2 and keep adding more as we get through to 3, 4, 5, and all that sort of stuff. So you know, you're gonna see updates to that continuing, and that type of in-game progression system to get cool stuff is probably going to come more from the faction system than it is from a system that's tied to one.
Yes, you heard that correctly. More factions are coming. Listen to the confidence in Mike's voice.
So Cycle 2. Cycle 1 had a very rough start. How are you guys better prepared for a huge popularity with Cycle 2? I mean, a ton has changed. You know, like server backend wise, the code that runs the server, that runs the networking stack, that runs all the adjacent systems. You know, so much of that has been updated and improved. And you know, we had done a lot of artificial testing before. But we had never had 265,000 people playing simultaneously. So like, artificial tests are great, but they don't always tell the whole story. Like a unit test can only do so much, and we definitely learned a ton and have put so much of that into action.
Time will tell. All right, everybody, we have come to the teaser of this stream, and it's not just a teaser. Mike is going to break down an entirely new system coming to the game, coming to every single boss fight through the campaign, mini bosses, everywhere. and this is a replacement for a current system that did not work very well, and you didn't know how much this system was against you. It is adaptive damage reduction for bosses, and it is going to be switching to something new. Now, the visual on this switch is very scary, and the word ward is thrown out. I can tell you, after 3,000 hours in Last Epoch, I have played these new bosses, and this feels so much better. And I just tell you that. Everybody's going to have a different opinion, but don't be scared. Even though it sounds scary. Listen to this.
Oh yes, can I expand on what's actually replacing the adaptive DR system? Will be absolutely, I'd love to. I've been kind of stalling till I get to the boss fight a little bit here. So I guess I'll just talk about it here. We're using Ward. So Ward is already a system that's built into Last Epoch for having a temporary shield. I think this is a pretty natural option, and anyone who's been following along is probably not very surprised by this. So what's going to happen? Is that not showing up? Oh no! Oh no! Wasn't gonna show that right away. That was the little video I've got. There it goes. Okay, so here's an example of what a health bar, an enemy boss health bar may look like in 1.1. I've got a little clip for you. You can see it in action too in a second. So we'll break down what's happening here. So every boss and almost every mini boss, so not every mini boss, but most of them do have these little pips you see. This little pip, this one, and here's one that's been activated. And so these are like these for Majasa at the end of the campaign, which I still haven't done in this character. These are the four. So there's 4 breakpoints, and so we can pick and choose based on which boss it is, how many breakpoints it has. I can have any number of them really, and as you get their health down to that point, so you're fighting the boss, you get to this point, and it gets it gets a portion of its health back as ward when you hit this point. So you get to this point, and it gets a brief stun, so it does stun the boss when you get to the point, and then it fills up its health bar with ward. And the ward amount right now I think is 75% of its max health. We're still adjusting that, so it's somewhere in the range of 3/4 of its health is probably going to be the amount of ward that it gets. And that might become variable per boss as well. Having it be consistent is probably better in general. And then so unlike normal ward, this ward, the decay rate is inverted from what normal ward is. So normal ward, normal ward is based on, the decay of ward is based on the amount of total ward you have. So if you have 10,000 ward, your ward decays faster than if you have 1,000 ward. Bosses are different. When a boss gets ward, its ward decay rate increases with time. So the longer the boss has ward, the faster that ward disappears. So if you have some sort of like a huge combo that you can set up to do a bunch of spike damage, you can do that as the ward is getting low, or as it's like emptying, and then you can spike to the next one if you want. So there's a little bit of counterplay there. There's a little bit of ways you can like actually adjust your play if you really want to min-max your combat mechanics themselves, which I think is a really positive thing to have, especially when it is displayed somewhere that is more intuitive. I have notes. Well, yeah, we can position the breakpoints not evenly spaced if we want. We can put them wherever we want. And a few times we do mess them a little bit. So sometimes we'll use the breakpoints as also phase change indicators. So it's like you get to this breakpoint, and like, there's a phase change that happens at this breakpoint. So it's this really natural, clean break, and it's really obvious what's happening. And then 5 decay rate increases with time. Oh yeah, and then like tankier boss, the rate that the ward decay rate increases at is different for different types of bosses. Thank you, Heavy, very much for the 10 gifted subs to the community. Congrats to anyone who got one of those. That's big. Yeah, I know you've been trying it here. Hope you've been enjoying it. I take it you probably have, given that reaction. Yeah, so like if there's like a really tanky boss, maybe we'll like make the decay rate increase a little bit slower, things like that. And then yeah, so I've got a little video to show you about how this looks in the fight. And so this is kind of two things. One, to just show you how it flows. It's a very short clip. I just want to preface this by saying this character is as like decked out as you can possibly have. It is super mega, super mega. Like this character is epic. And so this is fighting an empowered 220 corruption. What's it called? A-bomb. It's the A-bomb. So the end of the first monolith, 220 corruption. So it is a beefy boss fight. I don't know if this is playing audio or not. Yeah, so you can see there it's getting ward. Next point, it's getting the ward. There you go. So yeah, this is extremely buff character. I do this so it gets a full cycle through the clip without anything popping up over top of it. So this is what boss ward's gonna look like. So you still can, if you are, this is why I'm pressing this with the perma CC thing, because it is this character is specifically designed to show this extremely quickly, because we're just showing the this boss DR system, or not DR system. Oh my goodness, DR system replacement, the ward system. So this is specifically set up to be happening really quickly and permafreeze this character. It is not a real situation. Cool. All right. Now I'm sure there's a bunch of questions on that. Let's answer some of those. Does the ward decay? The ward does decay. The ward decays naturally, just like ward normally decays, and then as time goes on, it decays faster and faster. So you get a this is where you get that like slight normalization effect. So builds that are doing a little bit less damage overall will get to catch up a tiny bit in this sense. It's not like a huge shift, but it's just like it's a tiny little bit of normalization that happens. But if you've got the deeps, just push through. Will there be a way to pierce the boss ward? I mean, no, it's like you gotta get through the ward. Just like how like enemies have to get through your ward. I guess there is one way that enemies can bypass your wards. But that is % current health damage, so it never kills you.
I know it was a long answer, but I wanted Mike to get his point across, and I'm telling you I've played it. It does feel better. We have come to our final question for Dev Chat 139. Mike, as always, thank you for these Friday live streams. The community truly appreciates it. Mike is going to take out this stream talking fairly briefly about the differences between ward and life and maybe a little bit of what's coming. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I have earned it. Check out Patreon. It is the best way to support. We have movie night and game night coming up in only a week. And on top of that, get into the Discord. We're approaching 4,000 members. We have a new Dwarven Realms community event kicking off on Friday. We have another community event for Last Epoch kicking off July 9th. And we have a giveaway right now for an Action RPG hat. All you got to do is be in the giveaway. Be in the Discord. The giveaway is every single 2 weeks in the Discord. I'm done. Mike, take it away.
Just a generic question, but I assume the team is looking into rebalancing survivability options. Less wardy, more HP. Yeah, I think the short version of this, we talked about this a little bit, but the short version is probably we're over time here, so really short version. Yes, less wardy, more HP. Broadly speaking, yes, but I think it's like the sources of wardy things and how powerful those are, and the sources of HPE things and how powerful those are. Because right now, where those power thresholds kick in is so different because where they come from, be it skills, passives, or equipment. So we're still working on That's one of the places we're really targeting is the relative balance on the character progression curve.